My name is Alexis Hargis, and I am a nutrition and dietetic student at Missouri State. And today I'd like to make a recipe that is good to bring as a side dish to Thanksgiving, Christmas. Just add some color and nutrients to a side dish that you can bring. Great, it is roasted butternut squash salad. So a few ingredients you'll need: butternut squash, some quinoa, arugula as the base, craisins, pecans, and then a few oils that we'll talk about throughout the video. Great, so we'll start here with your butternut squash. Butternut squash is a winter squash, so it has a hard exterior, so I actually cut it beforehand just because it can be hard to get through. But you'll cut that in half and just scoop out the centers. I like to just do this with a spoon. It's nice and easy. Butternut squash is a great source of vitamin C, vitamin E, and potassium. Great, so once all the seeds are out of there, you'll begin to peel it. I'll show you just a few peels here. You'll peel that outside. Like I said, winter squash has that hard exterior, so they last for a long time, which is nice if you buy them ahead of time and have them just waiting for you. Great, so you see that you'll just peel that there. But ahead of time, I went ahead and roasted some. So you're gonna dice up that into 1-inch cubes and roast it at 400 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes until it looks golden brown here. Great, so this is nice, and we're gonna let it set aside to cool. Great, we also have quinoa, which is a great source of dietary fiber, and I went ahead and cooked that ahead of time as well. So we have a cup of quinoa here, and quinoa is good because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I did 1 cup of quinoa and 1 cup of water, and then just cooked that on the stove for about 20 minutes until that water was completely gone from it. Great, and we'll just leave both of those aside so they can cool so we can add them to the top of our salad. But we'll begin making that salad here. Great, so we have a salad spinner. If you're a salad eater, this is definitely a nice appliance to have in your kitchen. Beforehand, I went ahead and washed the arugula, and now I'm just going to spin it out here. You push this down just a few times, and it gets all that excess water off of those leaves. Great. And arugula is a great source of vitamin C, iron, vitamin A, lots of good stuff to have as your base for your side dish. Great, so got that spun out. Take the lid off. And as you can see, it drained all that excess water off of it, which is super nice. Just so those leaves aren't soaking with water there. We're gonna add that to a nice bowl so we can really start to build the salad. Great, so I'm just putting the arugula in here to have as our base. Great, so for the dressing, it is going to be 1/4 cup of olive oil, which we'll add right in here. 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, which we'll add to that, and then 1 juice from 1 whole cutie. Oranges works too, just to add that citrus in there. And also 3 sage leaves. So we will pull those and chop them here. The sage adds a nice flavor to the dressing. Scoop that in. Stir that up here. Smells good. Great. So then we have our washed arugula. I had about 3 to 4 ounces of arugula here. So it was almost a whole package of arugula. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of pecans, 3 tablespoons of these cranberries, 3 to 4. So if you like a little sweeter, you can always add a little bit more there. Last time I brought this, my grandma told me I was such an exotic cooker because I used butternut squash and arugula. She thought that was so strange. So then we're gonna add in the cup of quinoa. The whole butternut squash, which you can see how nicely that roasted up, and giving that time to cool is good since this is a cold salad. And add that in here. Smells good. Great. So this is kind of how it's looking before we've stirred it all in. So now we're gonna add the dressing on top and just kind of stir it all together. Using a couple forks here. So that dressing is nice because it coats everything just perfectly. Great. Now you have a nice, pretty side salad that you can bring to any holiday party you have. Great. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy.